Hi, I'm Rachel Davison, and today Heidi, Anna, Emily, and I are going to show you how to make pumpkin chocolate chip muffins. It's fall at Davison Orchards and there are pumpkins just everywhere. This right here is what we call a sugar pumpkin, and this is the kind that's really good for cooking. I wouldn't take a massive pumpkin out of the field and cook one of those, but these small sugar pumpkins are sweet and they have a really nice soft inside. I've got one cooked here, so all I did was I cut the pumpkin in half, I scooped the seeds out of the inside and put it upside down on a piece of parchment paper, and then I baked it. This one I baked for about an hour at 350 degrees, and you just bake it until it's nice and soft and until your peel comes off easily. And then after that you can just pull off your peel. My daughters are going to help me here. It's not really a difficult thing to do. It does add another step to your recipe. You can also buy canned pumpkin in the store to make the muffins. You know your pumpkin is done in the oven when it starts to be juicy and when you can poke it, there's no resistance when you poke it with a fork. Some varieties of sugar pumpkins don't peel off like that, and if that's the case, just scoop it out with a spoon. That works too. Where I'm going to throw it into a measuring cup here. Good job, girls. Another fun thing about using your own pumpkin is you can roast the pumpkin seeds. You just wash them off and toss them in olive oil and a little bit of salt or seasoning salt and roast them in the oven until they're crunchy. There we go, so that was easy. So now you can either throw that into your blender, or I'm going to use an immersion blender just to puree it up. It's very thick, so it would also work just as well to throw it into your blender if you have one. So we've got our pumpkin cooked and we're going to start making our muffins. Let's start by putting 2 eggs into a large mixing bowl.
Where'd it go?
And then we're going to add half a cup of oil. I'll get Emily to add that for me. And we're going to add 1/3 of a cup of applesauce. Go ahead, Anna. I'm going to add 1 cup of cooked pumpkin.
Mom, can I serve this?
And we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of white sugar. Take a smaller mixing bowl and we're going to add 1.5 cups of flour. Good. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, Anna wants to do it. 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You want to make sure that you have your muffin pans prepared. So you can either grease or oil a muffin tin, or for this particular recipe I prefer to use paper. So as you can see, the kids picked out some very cool muffin papers. And this recipe usually yields just over a dozen. So just to be safe, I have 1.5 dozen prepared here. And we're going to mix our dry ingredients into our wet. Now when you're making muffins, you don't want to over stir your ingredients. Good, and then instead of stirring it really vigorously, we're just going to stir it until the ingredients are combined. So I'm going to stir it until it looks about like that, and then I'm going to add my chocolate chips. You can dump a few. Good. And then we'll finish our mixing until the dry ingredients are all moist. I'm going to scoop our muffin tins just over 2/3 full. I just put a little bit of water, just a teaspoon of water in the bottom of each of those empty ones, and that just keeps the pan from getting wrecked, and it also puts a bit of hydration into the air when you're baking your muffins. Preheated to 375 degrees. We're going to set them in and we're going to bake them for 16 to 20 minutes depending on your oven. Just a little more golden and they bounce back up, so looks great. We're going to pull those out. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos.